Here we go. Here we go. Wow. Why am I so big?
There he is,
Morning,
Bobby
Chuck.
D.
Wow.
Hello, everyone.
Gary, how you doing?
Good morning.
What's up, Isla?
What's up?
Hello, Isla. Nice to meet you.
I'm trying to get
Nice to meet you.
he said screenshot no link. Marcus is trying to get in here. He said screenshot no link. What does he have to do, babe?
Boo?
Can he just paste that link? Marcus is trying to get in here too. What does he have to do?
Just click that link.
Bobby, I think if it's a screenshot, he can't click on the link. He probably would have to type it in manually.
Or you could save it as a picture and then copy
He
it.
could just copy and paste it. I sent a picture.
Hold on.
He's got the link right here. Wait a minute. Let me forward this to him. I think he's a little bit scared, Marcus. Now he has no excuse because I sent him the. Let's see what happens now. Oh my goodness. Marcus, that's the link right there. Just click on that. All right. If anybody's got any questions, we're having operating difficulties. So how you been, Chuck?
I've been good. How have you been?
I'm all right. Are you living in Tennessee right now or a different place?
Tennessee. Yeah, it's a nice rainy day here in Tennessee.
Tennessee. Yeah, it's cloudy out in Jersey. I think the sun's supposed to come out later. I'm trying to. Yeah, this morning was a mess.
Here's Minnesota. I'll show you Minnesota.
Every time we do a live stream, I'm always running late. Cool.
Beautiful
Chuck
sunny
is right.
day
You
here.
can click a link. What's the temperature, Gary?
I don't know, 50.
What's the temperature?
In Minnesota? Let's see. What is the temperature here? It is 57 degrees.
What's the temperature in Tennessee, Chuck?
Give me 1 second. I'll take a look.
That would be 14 degrees Celsius.
Where did I look at?
64 degrees. That's only because it's raining out. It'll be probably up in the 80s today.
There you go. Wow, in the 80s? That's pretty hot.
My connection is so slow.
All right, Marcus is going to jump in here too. And what do you think we should talk about? What do you think we should talk about? Come on, Marcus, where you at? I'm trying to figure out how do you rearrange the screen? That's 2, 3 plus, 4 plus, 5 plus, 2, 3, 4. Let's try this. Shift plus 5. Shift plus 5. I don't understand how to move these things around. Shift plus 5.
Wait.
I'm trying to switch the layout so everybody's got their own square.
Yeah, I think that one is better.
There you go. That's better.
Yeah.
That'll work. Done.
Where in Tennessee are you, Chuck?
Crossville.
Chuck, are you on your cell phone?
Yeah. Yeah, Crossville is it's
This
about an
computer
hour
last
west
night, I
of
haven't.
Knoxville.
Here's what you look like
Okay,
here.
Knoxville,
Can you
Tennessee.
see that?
Yeah, all I can see it's bright out. It's like washing out because it got so much sun coming in. Outside right here, it's cloudy. I think it's gonna get sunny later. I'm still waiting for Marcus. Marcus, what's the holdup, man? Don't be shy. Just click on that link and then I'll put you in the studio. Chuck Jordan's here, Gary Johnson, Isla, myself. Babe, could you put the comments up, please?
I can't do that.
Oh, I gotta do it, right?
Yeah.
Somehow I wound up let's see.
I guess that is a little wobbly.
Um,
Show.
yeah.
I'm sorry, my friend, but I have to go. I will try to watch when I return. That's Mr. Lionheart. Oh, this computer is so old. You saw this computer I was on, Chuck and Gary? It's like 100 years old. No one home. That was from Peter T. Babe, I wonder if that's Peter Toohey. There was a guy, Peter Toohey, living in a condo in Mactan. Big Dave said hello. What's up, Big Dave? I see Big Dave on a lot of other people's channels. I'm super nervous right now, so somebody else got to talk a little bit.
Well, tell us about your plans, Bobby. What do you plan on going back to the Philippines at all?
I got a ticket for September, Chuck. September 8th, it expires.
Oh.
Jesse Osby. Hey, there we go. How's it going, Jess? Jesse's one of the cool subs. He wants to go to the Philippines. He was thinking about working remote, but he was worried about the internet connection, and I was telling him Starlink's probably the way to go.
That's what I've heard, especially the guys that live out in the province. But you know, even in the city, it can be a bit touchy with the internet. I've been all over the place in the Philippines, many different cities, and I mean Cebu and Manila were fairly reliable. Davao City, not so much. Also, well, the condo that I had there was on the first floor behind near a brick wall, and I think that it just somehow blocked out the signal that was coming in because I couldn't get any internet inside, you know, unless I was connected to the Wi-Fi.
That was in Davao?
Davao, yeah. Some of my neighbors, though, that were up on the higher floors, the condos on the, you know, the 4th and the 5th floor, they said they had no problem getting internet.
Yeah, well,
did they have fiber running into that building?
Yeah, I think that's what it was. It used to go down quite a bit, though. the internet.
Did-
I don't know whether it was my particular
Okay.
unit that had an issue or whether it was more widespread, but I would say, multiple times a day, the internet would cut out for anywhere from a few minutes to a couple hours. And I couldn't get any data internet inside the condo. I had to go outside, like towards the front of the building, in order to get any kind of connection.
Was that on your phone too?
Yeah. And that was right in the middle of Davao City in Ecoland. We stayed at a place called One Oasis. Really nice place.
I've been to one. I've stayed at One Oasis.
Oh, okay, great.
Right by SM Longa.
Yeah, just a few minute walk right next door.
Yeah. We stayed downtown by the Abriza Mall.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Right across the street, it's called Abriza Residence, and we were on the 25th floor. And the internet was, I think it's whoever owns, all that internet in the Philippines is Wi-Fi, right? It's wireless.
Yeah.
So I think it depends on whoever owns your condo, what kind of connection they've got. Because when we were in Cebu, that's wireless too, and our internet there was excellent. So
That's great.
Know. It seems like, I don't know, there's got to be something there. I don't know what it is, but yeah, you're right. We had a poor internet connection in Davao. But yeah, did you like Davao?
So Gary, the internet connection in Cebu was better?
It was excellent. No problem. No buffering,
Wow.
Okay. We didn't have any outages. So yeah, the internet was great.
There was a lot of good things about Davao City that I liked, and some things not so much. Like where I lived, at the One Oasis, as you know, everything was within walking distance with the mall. If you needed a taxi, they were already parked right across the street, across from the guard shack.
Right.
And, if you needed to go somewhere, it was no problem. Everything was right there that you needed. But they don't really have a boulevard there, like they do in Dumaguete, where you're out there by the ocean with the boulevard. The tricycles there only go. They're limited to a specific region. Like you can't get on a tricycle and go from one end of the city to the other. They're not allowed to do that. Apparently, you have to take a taxi. And my family, they get sick in those. They get car sick in the taxi. You know how the driving's a bit insane over there. By the time we would get where we were going, like if we went to Abriza or somewhere else, by the time we got there, they were all sick. It was difficult for them to enjoy themselves.
Mm-hmm. I like to breathe.
Does the air conditioning make them sick, or just being in the car?
Being in the car, I always sat in the front seat, and they sat in the back. And I think you're more prone to getting motion sickness when you sit in the back seat. But both my son and my wife, they would be on the verge of throwing up by the time we got to whatever destination we were going to. Come in and say hello. Oh, my wife's over here now, but I think she's shy to come on. Just come on over. Yeah. Say hello.
Come on, you can do it.
Oh.
This is Roseanne, my wife.
Into it.
Okay.
Hi.
Oh, okay.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good. How are you doing?
All right. So yeah, Davao. Another thing about Davao is I think it's one of the safer places in the Philippines. The Duterte family has done a good job of creating sort of a safe environment, a heavy law enforcement presence there.
That's true. Yeah, it is. It is one of the safer cities. I will say that. I'll
tell you that there's a big difference when you take a taxi in Davao. Those guys, for the most part, are very honest. The taxis are cheap. They don't try to play a lot of games with you like they do in Manila. Manila.
Cebu.
Yeah. Cebu wasn't quite as bad as Manila. Manila, they were, every time you got in a cab, you never knew what kind of stunt they were going to try to pull on you. As far as, if you looked like the more it looked like you had money, the more they try to squeeze out of you.
Well, that was the way it was in Cebu. Every time we got in a cab, we never knew how much we were going to pay. I always had to have Mitch or Isla. Are you using the meter today? We had to make sure they were using the meter, and it's just, you fly into the airport. You got to be careful. You don't want to get grabbed as you fly in by those renegade cab drivers. But
Yeah, you definitely got to watch out for the not so much in Davao, but in Manila and probably I've been to Cebu, a couple times, but I didn't really have any issues there. I guess I got lucky. But in Manila, you got to watch out for the private car service. So somebody will come over and grab you and say, "Hey, you got a lot of luggage. You want to go in this SUV, a bigger vehicle. You got to make sure that you get the price up front,
right.
because if you don't get the price up front, they're just going to come up with some wild number, while you're on your way to your destination."
I always used Grab when I was in Manila. That's what I used.
Yeah, Grab's much better because the price is already set.
Right.
You don't have to worry about all the games. Unfortunately, in Dumaguete, they really don't have. I mean, Grab doesn't really work there when it comes to car service. I mean, you just have to go out and flag down a tricycle.
Where's that at? In
Dumaguete, you can use Grab to order food or something, but we were never successful in using Grab to order a ride in Dumaguete.
I've heard that. Yeah. It is a beautiful day in Minnesota. Yes, it is. Sunny.
All right, here's a good one. Talk about which one. Here we go. Talk about which one of you will be back in the Philippines first. Who's it going to be first?
I think it's going to be Bobby.
Who do you guys think is going to be back in the Philippines first? Well, Isla beat me to it because she's already there.
Yeah.
So I'll be second. Here we go.
I may be going next week or the week after, because we're looking at a house in Davao. So I might fly back there to look at this house. So
What part of Davao, Gary?
it's right by the Abriza. It's right by SM Langa.
Oh, okay.
It's like within walking distance. So it wouldn't be far from One Oasis.
Oh,
It's
nice.
It's in that area.
What is it that you like about Davao City? That sort of drew you there versus
Babe,
the other
you always
places.
look professional.
Yeah, she does. Must be going to work.
Get up work.
What did I like about Davao? Well, Mitch is from Davao, so we kind of knew she knew her way around Davao. Like if we wanted to go somewhere or do something, we had a lot more choices. We weren't that familiar with Cebu, so it was, we were in Lapu-Lapu, right? Isn't that where Mactan, Newtown? And that wasn't really close to anything. Like, you couldn't walk to a mall from Mactan, Newtown, I guess I like both places. I could live in either one, really.
Yeah, they pretty much got everything you need there. While I was there, I met, a fella named Doug, a bigger fella. I think he came from New Mexico, and I think he was on Mark Dorton's channel. He might have been on Paul's channel at different times, but he's blind, or he's mostly blind. You guys might know who he is.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I met him there at the SM Market, and he was living in Dumaguete and told me that he was making the move. Him and his girlfriend were planning to make the move to live there in Davao, and they were kind of like on a scouting mission to see how he liked it. Mm-hmm. And for him being blind, I guess the ease of transportation and the city life was a little bit easier than in Dumaguete, where it's mostly tricycles and more unpaved roads, that sort of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, there we go.
Yes. There's the man. What's up, Marcus?
Yeah, what's up, man? How's it going? Long
Marcus,
time.
can you hear us?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
You can't hear me?
Can you hear me now?
I can hear all of you. You can't hear me?
What's a better way to make the pictures? How did the pictures look small? How do I blow that? Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. What pictures?
+5.
Are you talking about behind me? Oh, there you go.
That's. No, I'm trying to get everybody equal. Everybody like the same size picture.
How's it going?
That's all right too. Do the pictures look small to you guys? It's kind of. All right, I guess we'll stick with that. I wish I could make the pictures so everybody has like a spot on the screen where everybody's big.
Can you see the TV? That's what it looks like on the TV.
That's what it looks like to me too.
Pictures look so, and it's buff. This is the first time I did the live, being the person clicking on the questions and everything. I'm a hot mess right now, everybody. 55 training. Here you go. This guy's in Canada, I think.
Look at this one.
There you go.
Keeps bothering me.
What is it? Is that a cat? Yeah.
Yeah.
How's your daughter doing, Chuck?
She's doing good. You might hear her in the
How's
background a
your
little
daughter
bit.
doing?
Yeah, she's good. She's going to be 2 months old on the 27th.
Oh, nice.
Cool. I love that cat, Marcus.
And where's Marcus at?
Thanks a lot.
Where's
I'm
Marcus?
in Manila.
Where?
Marcus he beat us. He's already there.
Oh, he's there right now. Okay.
Yeah. I'm over here in a place called Eastwood.
Beechwood?
Eastwood, it's a little bitty Quezon City.
Okay.
Yeah, it's nice. Like 6 months now.
Eastwood is nice.
8 months now. Pretty cool. When are you coming out? When are you coming out, Bobby? Anytime.
Go ahead, Marcus. Tell us about Eastwood. What's
It's like a mini San Francisco. It's like a small community, real modern, real even have a trolley. It's real nice. You like it a lot. I had relatives more like three. Yeah, exactly what they love it. It's like a small DC.
And they're Eastwood?
Like
the
Eastwood.
sound keeps? Is it like a bigger Mactan Newtown, right, with the sidewalks and everything?
I think it's more like a smaller BGC. Small BGC.
And the rent, how much is the rent for a 1-bedroom? I was surprised how good the price is on the rent there.
I got mine for 17,000.
Oh, that's pretty cheap. Is that
Wow.
that must be an efficiency, I'm guessing.
Very cheap. I got a good deal.
No, it's
Average would be about 2.
it's big. It's
Oh, yeah, it's a
big.
big
I
place.
seen it. Is it the same size as the place we had over there in Mactan Newtown, Marcus?
Yeah, same size.
Or
Exact
is
same
it bigger?
No, exact same size. Like, I'm looking
That's
at
a good deal.
exact same size.
17 100,000 pesos compared to 33,000 what we were paying.
Oh,
Plus that, I think that's a better area. Eastwood's nice.
and the community's real. It's real tight knit. It's a real. I'd say it's bigger than Mac 10, but it's smaller than BGC. So it's like I said, I'm real happy. Like before that, I was living in Mandaleon, which is just. I mean, I kind of liked what it was because they had the street food, a little bit more traditional, but I enjoyed it because I wanted to I didn't want it to be easy. I wanted it to be hard. After about 5 years, no, I think it was like I was only there for like 2.5 years. Then COVID hit, and I went to the province. Then after the province, I left after like 6 months. I came back, lived in Mandaleon for about 2 years. Then I moved over here when I got a good deal. So, you know, it's working out. It's working out.
See if we can-
Oh yeah, what's up, Isla? Hey.
Can you stick your head over there? Smash me.
What is that?
Yeah, like way over there. You gotta lean way over. Really way over. Let me move this. My buddy just came to visit the Irishman. I got all this stuff. See if you can lean in there. Break your bed. Say hello. Hello there. Who is that? The Irishman said, "Who is that?" You got in the middle. You got
Hey, Gary,
Chuck
how did
Jordan,
you like the seafood, Gary?
Oh, yeah.
Gary Johnson, Marcus.
Oh, and there's Iowa. Yeah, I can always see that.
Yo, Gary, how
I
did
wish
you
I could
like
make the pictures bigger.
seafood?
What's that?
How did you like Cebu?
You know, it was okay. I mean, I think you need a car and you need some sort of transportation in Cebu. I mean, where we were at on the island, I always called it the bubble. It was kind of, I mean, it was okay. I mean, I like Cebu. Would I live in Cebu? Yeah, probably. You know, I mean, I'd live, I guess. It's a little more touristy than, you know, a lot of tourists in Cebu. It's like the #1 tourist destination in the Philippines. A lot of Koreans, a lot of Chinese, a lot of Filipinos too.
The Chinese came back late, Gar. When I was there wasn't too many Chinese people there.
Oh, there was Koreans all over the place. The place was like being in Korea. And then they'd just barge in front of you. I mean, they were those people. Kind of gave you a different impression of Koreans. They acted like they owned the place. We were all doing them a favor by being there. I'm just kidding. No, it was nice though. I mean, I guess Macon Newtown was okay.
Well, my connection is bad.
Just set it on.
What was that?
Set it on a wheelchair and then just ask him for a chair. He'll grab you a chair. Because if that spills on that wheelchair, that thing's $1,200. Just grab a chair. We're trying to figure out. We're trying to grab a chair. Just yell, "I need a chair."
Hey, Char.
Hi, guys.
What up?
Hi, Char.
It's on the bottom.
Hi, Bobby. Oh, wow, you grew your beard.
I think I'm delayed because I think I might be delayed.
Yeah, you're on a little slow.
Chuck, is it okay if I talk about what you do for a living, Chuck?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Yeah, sure. You mean me?
Chuck, I want to know. No, Chuck Jordan. I want to know how he got started in the business. How did you get started doing that?
Initially, I was doing some work.
If
This
you don't
is
mind me asking. If you don't want to
yeah.
answer, that's okay.
This is probably good 25 years ago or so. I got into process serving. Where you go and serve the court documents to people for lawyers, on defendants and things like that. And I spent a lot of time down at the courthouse because the attorneys used to have me filing the affidavit of service, with the docket there at the court clerk's office. So while I was down there at the court clerk's office, I met quite a few different bail bondsmen that were also down there posting bonds, or had different business there at the court. And I struck up some conversations, and one of them said, "Well, do you ever have to go and skip trace these people that you're serving papers on? They're not at the address that's on the document." And I says, "Yeah, that happens quite a bit. I've just sort of been self-taught, learning how to find people, and I started charging the attorneys more money when I have to do that." And they said, "Well, I got these cases, and some of the guys I got working for me, they're good at kicking doors in, but they ain't good at finding people. So would you be interested in, doing some work for me, picking up bail skips?" I said, "Well, I hadn't really thought about it, but this is before the Dog the Bounty Hunter show came out and all that. People really didn't even, rarely ever heard of a bounty hunter unless they saw an old movie or something." So I said, "Yeah, I'd be interested in doing that." And that's kind of what got the ball rolling for me, and it just progressed from there.
Were you on Mark Thornton's channel?
What's
Yeah, I was on Mark's channel a couple of times.
Yeah, I've heard you on there.
Okay.
I've seen this guy before. When you started saying that, it reminded me. Yeah, you were on his channel. So did you live in Dumagetti then?
No, my wife, or she was my fiance at the time. We were in Dumagetti a couple different times. A few weeks at a time.
Right.
In 2022, and then again in 2023. So while I was there, Mark asked me if he could interview me on his channel, and I said sure. He always buys me a meal, so I get something out of it.
When you were there, where did you stay when you were in Dumagetti?
The first time, I don't remember the name of the road, but the first time it was just her and I. We didn't have any of the kids there with us, and we stayed. I forget the name of the road, but it was above there was a massage place and a little restaurant, and we just stayed in like a little studio apartment thing, just the two of us. And the next time we were there, we rented a big house. It was on the outskirts of Dumagetti there in a gated community. It was because we had her family come, and it was a lot more people there at that time. But I can't even remember the name of the roads or any of that stuff that we were on, because we would just call the car service or hop on a tricycle or something.
How far were you from the boulevard?
About 10 minutes.
Could you walk there in 10 minutes or trike 10 minutes?
Yeah, about 10-minute tricycle ride.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I like Dumagetti. I've been there a couple of times.
What was the biggest bounty ever, Chuck, in your career?
Well, with the bail bond work, the biggest one I had with bail bonds was a $250,000 bond. So it was a $25,000 payout, and that was I think it was back around 2005 or so. That was big money back, a little bit less inflation back then.
Yeah, that'd be pretty good. Yeah.
What about the FBI's 10 Most Wanted? What was the biggest payout with them?
Well, I've never gotten any of the FBI's 10 Most Wanted. We had, with the international work that I, do on occasion, we had Felician Kabuga. which, you know, the bounty on him was, I think, was up to 7 million, but the key word is up to. When we tracked him down, you know, by the time everything was all said and done, and you know, I paid all my people and everything, I ended up with about 50,000, which isn't bad. We had been hoping for a little bit more, but you know, it's the U.S. State Department that manages the Rewards for Justice program, and they decide, you know, what they're going to pay on that. And he wasn't really a top priority for them, but we were happy that it worked out the way it did.
How about the top? If somebody's on the top 10 most wanted, what would that pay out? If you just out of curiosity.
Well, I mean, those are usually not bail bond cases. Those are usually cases where the FBI
is everybody buffering right?
A little bit of buffering. You know, those could be anywhere from, you know, 50,000 to, you know, $1 million or something, depending on how much the FBI or, you know, whatever law enforcement agency that's looking for them wants to put up on that. But yeah, I mean, it's those kind of cases, you know, the domestic cases usually don't pay all that great.
So, wonder what's causing that. Can you hear me right now?
Yeah, I can hear you. I was just seeing where the microphone is. Let's see if I can find the microphone. There it is. This is the first time I've used my laptop. So.
YouTube. We got 11 people right now.
Oh, I gotta looked into the car again. Like, damn me.
Yeah, it's buffering.
I don't know. Chris texted me something crazy over. I lent him $10 and I haven't been over there to get it. And he's dude, he's crazy.
Yeah, all right, we're back. I wonder if it's StreamYard doing that. How the pictures are going out and then it's buffering. I wonder what's causing that.
I don't know.
Anybody know? Marcus, you know what's causing that? Is it the app doing that, StreamYard, or is it
everybody in America is streaming real good? I'm struggling a little bit. What's that?
This is a house we're looking at.
Oh, nice.
It's right by.
You can't see it. The picture is like bleached out.
I'll have to wait and watch it on TV. The rerun. I can't see it that well from the phone.
You can't see it?
Barely. I can barely see it.
Oh yeah, I guess.
Hey Jesse, I got an excuse. I'm in the Philippines. Everybody in the U.S. better have solid connection.
The floors look nice. What kind of floors is that?
Probably that laminate, I'm guessing. So I gotta look at tickets. I'm thinking about flying back over there so I can look at this house. So I might be going over in the next couple of weeks.
We've got one being built in Laguna.
So,
how many bedrooms is it, Gare?
It's got 3 bedrooms. Come on over, Bobby.
How many bedrooms? How many bedrooms? How many baths?
I don't know for sure because I'm only going by the pictures. I think there's 2 baths. I think it's 3 bedrooms, but like I said, I got to go over and look at it. I think it's 3 bedrooms. Let me see if I can get it here. Let me see if I can find it.
It's hard to tell by the pictures.
I don't know if I'd buy a house looking at pictures. I pretty much got to see the house.
Nah, you got to go look at it for sure.
Yeah, I can't buy a house based on pictures. But I'll show you the outside of it. Oh yeah, I don't know if you can see these. This is actually a pretty nice picture. Why do I always do that? Okay,
what are they asking for it?
This is $250.
3 bedrooms, 2 baths.
Can you see that?
$250.
Good deal.
Kinda. That looks like the main room, and I see like doors. It looks
Yeah, it
like.
looks like it. There's
Gary, did you experience any earthquakes
I
when
just
you were there?
realized I think I'm
Molly
going
did, yes.
blind. I need my.
Yeah, the first time I was experienced a earthquake, we were in the garage in the car. And all of a sudden, the car started shaking back and forth. And I thought somebody was outside the car shaking it. You know, I thought, who's shaking the car? But then I looked at the car in front of us, and it was shaking too.
Yeah, Davao City is prone to earthquakes. They had several while we were there.
Yeah. I was telling about the condo we were in on the 25th floor, and so the building started swaying back and forth, and the picture on the walls were going like this. And I thought, might as well ride it out because there's no way I'm going to get down 25 floors before this building collapses. But
yeah, that's a big thing there. When we were there, we had several earthquakes, and a few of them were bad enough where security came
Here's
and
a good
evacuated
question.
everybody.
oh, really? Yeah.
JD has a good point. Bobby, if you were on the FBI's most wanted list, could he catch you? I think Chuck would get me. I'd have to be one step ahead. It's hard to get away from Chuck.
Well, I'm sure you'd give us a run for our money, Bobby.
Yeah, and then you guys could split
yeah.
the payout. Well, Isla would get it. Bobby would be in jail.
Hey, believe it. I mean, the truth is stranger than fiction sometimes. I do have some guys working for me that I had picked up in the past. They did their time and everything and come back and they, do different things for us and help us out with cases.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is 4 bedrooms, 2 baths, and 1 powder room. Is what it says. So when you how do you get your leads when you track somebody down? Do you use like social media or?
Well, I mean, when I first started, social media wasn't really a thing. But I'll tell you, it's definitely been a valuable tool for us. Especially people doing live streams on their Facebook and different things that we're looking for every once in a while. Yeah. There's been a lot of times where social media has connected the dots for us. But some of the more high-profile cases, some of the people that are a bit more sophisticated are smart enough to not use social media. So we still have to, do it the old-fashioned way.
And what's the old-fashioned way?
Well, it's more or less talking to people. Finding out who their circle is and talking to people and finding the Judas. Everybody's got somebody that doesn't like them that's in their family or circle of friends or acquaintances. That's that wants to see them go down. So we just have to figure out who that is.
Right. And how many people do you have working for you? Just out of curiosity.
Well, I mean, I'm the president of the National Association of Fugitive Recovery Agents, and we have also our international version, which is the International Bounty Hunter Union. So we've got about 4,000 plus members.
Oh wow.
Yeah, we have some members there in the Philippines as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Marcus, is it raining in the Philippines right now, or is it sunny out?
No, it's nighttime. It's not raining, but it's gonna rain tonight or in the morning.
I was impressed with that condo that you're renting. What's the name of that place again?
Palazzo. Grand Palazzo in Eastwood.
That place is nice.
Like
That
it.
place is nice
I
for
like it.
17,000 a month. You got a great deal on it.
I did.
Bobby, what were you paying in Cebu? That condo you had in Cebu, Bobby.
33,000 a month, and then we had to pay internet, water, and electricity on top of that.
Oh, okay. I was paying 30,000 in Davao City at One Oasis. That was for a 2-bedroom. And the internet was included. It wasn't great, but it was included. The electricity we had to pay ourselves, and we had the aircon going, all the time pretty much. My poor wife was getting frozen out.
Where did you say One Oasis? How did you book that? I mean, how did you
Initially, I booked it through Airbnb, and then after I was in there, I asked the host if she would be willing to rent it to me long term.
Okay, so you got in through Airbnb, and then
yeah, we were there for 4 months. Well, just over 4 months, and really, I mean, in hindsight, I would have been better off just to ask her to continue extending the Airbnb, because between the once I had to make the electricity deposit and pay the 2 months in advance and all that, it ended up costing me a lot more. Other than if I had just said, hey, just asked her to keep extending the Airbnb rather than shifting to a normal tenancy.
Yeah, well. Did you ever go down to Chili Park?
I don't think so. We went down to the alligator park, or not the alligator, crocodile park, I think it was.
Wall around it, up on the top of the mountain.
Chili Park is a restaurant.
Oh, okay.
So when you went out the guard shack, SM Longo was to your right. Chili Park was to the left.
Is it the one on the opposite side of the street, like directly across the street?
It is.
Oh yeah, we did go there once. We were there once.
That was kind of one of our spots.
Oh, okay. There was when you go out the guard shack to the left, there's a little store there, and then there's a little further down, there's a laundry place, and in between there is a little cafe where you can get coffee and a pastry or something like that. And my son and I used to take the laundry there a few times a week. And we would stop in the little coffee shop there, and we would have some type of mango shake or coffee and a pastry.
Never went in that coffee shop. I always went over to Starbucks at the mall.
Oh yeah, they have a lot of places. Jayco, Krispy Kreme, all that sort of thing over at the mall.
Yeah, the mall is actually had bingo over there too.
Bingo?
Yeah, they had a bingo hall there.
Oh, I don't remember seeing that. No kidding.
Yeah, it was on the second floor.
Wow.
A bunch of people like me were in there playing bingo.
Wow.
Well, they had a movie theater in there, so we went and saw a movie a few times. And
they had a movie theater in there. And, yeah.
It was nice. It was nice having that big mall there. A lot of things to do. And, a lot of the food, though, just wasn't what I was accustomed to. The Filipino palate is a little bit different. So it was kind of tough to get food that we really, enjoyed.
Mm-hmm. Trying to think of the place that we went to.
I feel that. I'm struggling with food too.
I think there was a restaurant over at Gayasano
All right,
Mall.
who wants
I'm trying
to
to think
start
what it
with
was.
this question? Who wants?
1 month.
And a delay.
Oh, you've been married for 1 month?
Oh,
Yep.
We've been married 6 months, but we've been together over 2 years now.
Mm.
We've been together for 3 years.
Congratulations, Chuck. Marcus, you got married a month ago, correct?
1 month. Exactly. But we were together for 3 years.
And how long? Okay. 3 years and been married for a month. Gare, how about you? How long have you known Miss M for? How long you guys been going out for?
4 years. We met in February of 2020.
Okay, Isla, you got to answer the question for me because I'm brain dead this morning. How long have we known each other, and
18.
how long we been married for?
6 years for in a relationship and then 2 years married. Yeah, 6 years.
Wow, married man. A lot of people
6
can't
years?
believe I got married.
Wow.
Found the right one.
There you go.
Ooh, it's been that long, 6 years?
Yeah, that was 2018. Yeah, 2018.
2018, 18, 19, 20. Wow. It's
Oh yeah,
almost
that's it.
pushing almost 7 years. It's amazing how fast 7 years goes. It seems like a blink of an eye. It's kind of
It does.
scary. 7 years went that fast.
68 years has gone by pretty
Goodness.
quickly too. You guys
Isla,
got
do
me
you live in Negros Oriental? Is that where you're at?
Yes. Negros Oriental. Yeah, that's
Wow. Richard Lee Rogers, 15 years, June 22nd, to my Filipina from Cebu City. Go ahead, babe. I didn't mean to cut you off. Tell everybody where you're from.
yeah, Negros Oriental. Santa Catalina, Negros Oriental.
So when you go back, Bobby, are you going to be in Negros or Dumaguete in that general area?
Santa Catalina.
Oh, okay.
How far is the ride from mom and dad's house to Dumaguete, babe?
3 hours bus ride. And from Dumaguete to Cebu, it's
If you were in a car, how long would it take you to get from mom and dad's house to Dumaguete?
maybe 2 hours. 2 or yeah.
So she's a Bisaya girl. One thing I noticed about Bisaya is the people, in the Bisaya region usually speak Bisaya and Tagalog. But when you go to Manila, a lot of them just speak Tagalog. They don't speak Bisaya. My wife would accidentally start speaking to somebody in Manila in Bisaya, and they would just look at her like, "What the hell are you saying?" And she would have to switch to Tagalog.
Yeah, they can't understand Bisaya. But if you're like Bisaya, like you can understand Tagalog, Bisaya, or English.
What did Mitch speak? Which language was Mitch?
Mm, mix.
Mitch?
Tagalog. Yeah, I think Tagalog and English, and sometimes she can't understand Bisaya.
Yeah, sometimes she couldn't understand. Yeah.
Yeah.
When I went to Dipolog, there was I noticed there's far fewer people that speak English in Dipolog. That's where my
Babe,
wife's
what's
originally from.
Mrs. Where is Dipolog in relation on the map? Like, what part of the Philippines is Dipolog?
It's on the island of Mindanao.
Is that
Oh.
on the far end, or where's that by?
Yeah. It's not near Davao City. It's quite a distance from Davao City. It's on the other side. it's more actually facing if you got into a boat, and it would be a lot closer to take a boat from there to like Dumaguete or one of the other islands there. But there's far fewer foreigners that are in Dipolog, so a lot of the people there, their English is far more limited. I found it more difficult. Like I had to rely on my wife quite a bit more, to do things when I was there to translate for me and to help communicate with everyone.
So, where is it in relationship to like Kagan Dior? Kagan Dior?
I'm not sure where Kagan Dior is.
That's like across from Dumaguete. There's Mindanao, General Santos. I don't know. It's on Mindanao, right?
Yeah, it's on Mindanao, and I seem to recall her saying like when her family took the boat from there over to Dumaguete, I think it was a few hour journey.
Okay. Yeah, I've heard of it. I just can't I can't find it on the map. But
it's not that far from Zamboanga. And I don't that region there. Several years ago they had a big problem with some of the Islamic terrorists and that sort of thing going on. In fact, my wife's uncle, he lost an eye in a bomb that was put into a garbage can in Zamboanga by a Islamic terrorist there.
Oh wow. There's Zamboanga. Yeah, that's that. I see Zamboanga. Yeah, I'll have to look it up.
Babe, have you, when you were younger, growing up in Santa Catalina, Negros Oriental, have you seen any strange lights in the skies or any UFOs?
I think never. Never see. No, we never.
Remember the thing we saw? Remember the thing we saw that night in the apartment? It was flashing a light, and it was above the mountain.
Yeah. Whenever, maybe that's light. But it's moving.
That was.
I got a question for you, Isla.
Weird.
Isla, I got a question. What do you think about the Freemasons?
Freemasons.
That's just a joke, Bobby. Just a joke. You remember you asked us that, Bobby? I think that was. Didn't somebody ask me about the Freemasons?
That question was aimed at James. I wanted to see what James.
Is that what that was?
James was going to answer the question because. Most of the people that work in the Pentagon, I think 90% of the presidents of the United States have been Masons.
That's right.
And a lot of people working at the Pentagon. So I was wondering, what do you thought about that?
I think he moved.
Chuck, do you have anybody in your organization that's a Freemason?
Yeah, we do have some. I've never really gotten into any in-depth discussions with them about what that entails, so I don't really know a whole lot about it. I've never been a member.
Yeah, I've not.
Okay.
So how close are you to retirement, Chuck?
Well, I'm in my mid-40s.
Oh, you got to wait. Oh, yeah.
I've got some time to go, but I'm working on trying to, do that 50-year retirement.
If you can,
I'm working on it.
Yeah, if you can do that, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, I've been retired for about 4 years now. So.
Yeah, I think I don't want to see myself being in my upper age, 60s, 70s years old. Maybe develop some health issues and retired with all this free time, and I spend all of it going to the doctor. So I'm trying to retire early.
That's about it. Yeah.
The one thing I can mention is the healthcare in
Gary,
in
how
the
many
Philippines.
miles did you walk yesterday?
Yesterday I went to a conference, so I didn't get very many miles in yesterday. Let me see here. Yesterday was a light day. I did about 3 miles. Let me just take a look here. Yesterday was 3. The day before was 9, 8, 8, 8, 9. So I average about 8, 9 miles a day. That's my average.
That's good. How many? That's really good.
Listen to a lot of music,
Super
a lot of
good.
podcasts. So
Gary, you're in super good shape for your age. You do not look your age. Walking and
appreciate it.
exercise and eating good.
Gary, did you find yourself
James
in the
Dunn said my
Philippines doing
uncle
more
was a
physical
Freemason
activity?
and some shady things go on for sure, no doubt.
Yeah, I don't know anything about
There
Freemasons.
was an apprentice Freemason, and they were doing a ceremony in the town next to where I grew up, and they walk you in there with one shoe on and one shoe off, and you're blindfolded, and they put a can on the top of the guy's head, and the guy had a starter pistol. He was aiming the starter pistol at the guy's head, pretending like he was going to shoot the can off his head, and there was a guy standing behind him when they took the blindfold off, and the guy was going to hit the can with a broomstick, and it turns out that he had a live round in the gun and shot the guy right in the face. I was like, wow. So people were thinking maybe it was something shady going on, like James Dunn's talking about.
Well, the people that I know that were in the
I met a
Freemasons, the little
Freemason
bit they
down
had
in
mentioned was more about networking.
Yeah.
A lot of them use it as a tool for networking. A lot of there's
the guy I
politicians that are
met that
members
was a
and different
Freemason.
business people.
Oh yeah. The guy I met that wanted to bring me into the Freemasons, his name was Gus Pennington. He was the head researcher for DuPont for a long time. DuPont Chemical. Really smart guy. We used to talk about all kinds of different stuff. You got to be brought in by one of the members, and then they got to vote on it. They have their own language, and the ceremonies are really interesting, and the different lodges they have all around the world. It's pretty cool. 8 people in the chat. Anybody have any questions? Okay, next time will be better. We were off to a rough start.
We're working on it, huh?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
We'll go to, how does 11 o'clock sound? 15 more minutes.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, if any of your viewers have any questions about the Philippines, I'm happy to answer whatever I can, from my limited experience there.
How much time have you spent in the Philippines, Chuck?
I think a total of about 7 months. I've been there 6 different times. The last trip I was there for just over 4 months because I was walking my wife through the whole, K-1 visa process, and I wanted to be there to make sure everything went smooth. So the other trips I made were usually like a few weeks at a time.
Okay. Yeah. I was there 5 months the last time, and then the time before that, almost 6 months. And then I've been to Manila a couple of times, probably about a month in Manila. So,
How did you like Manila? Did you like it there?
I actually liked it. I mean, it's congested and crowded and packed with people, but a lot of things to do there. You know.
Yeah, I mean, they have a lot of American food there. I mean, you can get
Yeah, a
Tim
lot of-
Hortons and Popeyes and all that sort of thing. If you want to eat American food, you can get it there in Manila. But, you know, for me, I'm not really a big city kind of guy. I mean, I have an office in New York City, and I'm rarely ever there. I don't go there unless I absolutely need to.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah, I prefer the small town atmosphere. Like I really like Dumaguete.
I like
It's probably
Dumaguete.
my favorite place.
I like Dumaguete. Yeah, Valencia, that whole area is nice.
Siquijor Island, I really like that. I wouldn't mind retiring someplace like that, but it's my understanding that it's really difficult to necessarily get things that you need there. You have to keep making trips to Dumaguete.
Yeah, I'm sure.
We went to the Cocoa Grove Resort in Siquijor Island a couple years ago, and that was beautiful.
Siquijor. Siquijor, is that the place? What's the place where they say they have a lot of witches? Is that Siquijor?
That's the one.
Okay, I thought it was the one. I wasn't sure.
Isla, if you go to Siquijor, do you have to bring Lana with you?
That's what they said. Then you better be very careful going there. Like, don't try to, what's this? Just be nice to the people living there. They can use that, what's that? Like the, what do you call that? Like a doll, and then use that needle and then poke.
Oh, the like the voodoo doll or something like that. Yeah, I know what you're
Voodoo
talking
doll.
about. Yeah, my wife's friends were really nervous. They forgot to bring their Lana when they were going to Siquijor Island, and they were quite concerned about that. This Lana, I guess, is a protector from curses and things like that. There's a lot of superstition in the Philippines. While we were in Davao, my wife got pregnant while we were there, and we had a cat walk by our condo. And she wasn't there. I said, "Hey, did you see that cat walking around?" And she got really upset. She said, "Oh my God,
Chuck,
you
what
serious?"
is that thing?
It's called. You talking about Lana? I think it's a plant or something.
Oh, is it?
Well, I'm sure Isla could tell us. Isla, is Lana, that's like a plant or something?
Yeah, it's from the coconut oil.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Coconut.
Can you wear it around your neck?
During Good Friday, they said it's better to like make that lana during Good Friday. They have like beliefs.
Gary, how long did you live in Dumaguete for?
We were there. I was there twice, and probably a week each time, so not very long.
Oh,
I
were
stayed
you
at
on Paul's? Were you on Paul's channel when you were there?
You know, I never went. I did meet Paul, the old dog. We were at Forest Camp, so we were at Mitch and I went up to Forest Camp. Did you go to Forest Camp while you were there?
No, never went to Forest Camp.
Okay, so we went to Forest Camp. It's kind of like a little resort area, and we're there wandering around, and it's kind of cool. And we went to get some refreshments, and Baby May was at the counter, and I looked at her and I said, "Baby May," and she kind of looked at me like, "Who the f are you?" Because I didn't know her from Adam. But she's,
Right.
She can be kind of shy. So I just said, "Yeah, I know you from your YouTube." And she said, "Well, Paul's right over here." So Paul was there getting ready to interview this Filipino who was from Los Angeles, and he moved to the Philippines, and he was and we'd actually met the guy that he was interviewing earlier in the day when we were going up to the top of this volcano. So we all sat and we chatted for probably an hour and a half. But he's just like he is on his channel. I don't know. Did you meet him, Chuck?
No, I've talked to Paul on Facebook every once in a while. Was going to meet up with him in Dumaguete the one time, but it just never happened.
Yeah.
So Well, I've met several people that you see on YouTube though. Like at Ground Zero, it's like the Expat Central. So you go there and you're just going to run into people that you see on the vloggers. There, a lot of them hang out over there. I met Goldfinger when I was there the one time, just briefly. Justin from Critter Hunter. I met him at the Robinsons Mall. Monty Crew. I didn't actually chat with him, but I remember I talk to him these days once in a while. But back then I knew who he was, and I saw him at Ground Zero the one time. So yeah, it's just a matter of sitting there, and you'll see these guys come and go.
How about Gio?
No, I've never met Gio.
Yeah, I met him. Met him a couple of times. He's actually coming back to the USA, and he's coming to Minneapolis. His mom lives like in Eden Prairie or something.
Okay.
Okay. I thought about trying to hook up with him, but then I thought,
So is he? Did he say if he's leaving the Philippines for good, or is he just leaving temporarily?
He's just coming back to visit his family, and
okay.
No, he's definitely permanent. He's permanently in the Philippines. He won't leave the Philippines. And I did meet Mark Thornton briefly. He interviewed me for his channel, but I didn't make the cut. I ended up on the cutting room floor.
Did you get a free lunch out of the deal or a free breakfast?
I did not get a free lunch. I mean, so when I met Mark Thornton, I was actually talking to Gio. So Mark and I never really had a chance to get to talk to each other before the interview,
Okay.
Kind of get to know each other and kind of get used to each other. So when we started doing the interview, we didn't have any, we didn't have a chance to establish a rapport. So it was kind of a choppy interview.
Okay. Well, I really liked Mark. He was really a nice guy, and his wife Jen was really, really lovely. My wife and her hit it off pretty well. It seemed like really nice people.
Yeah. No, I mean it's just that it just was, and then there was kids playing in the background, and you couldn't really. So I thought about trying to meet up with him again, but I haven't been back to doing Gettys. So.
Yeah, well, I see he's still doing videos. I watch him once in a while. I'm not sure where he's doing them now because you probably know they had some issues over at Ground Zero. He's not able to do them there anymore.
I've been watching YouTube. It's just who's that couple that does the live stream and they're like that man and wife, and he's a Filipino and she's American. Who is that? Philippine Antics.
Yeah, I've seen that.
You ever watch their channel?
I've seen that, and I've watched a few of the trolls channels and stuff too, and it can be entertaining at times. I feel sorry for some of these vloggers that really sort of get attacked all the time. I imagine it must be a bit stressful for them.
It's kind of like a niche. You got these YouTubers that've got their little niche. It's like when I used to date this girl and she was a nanny, like a nanny. And the nannies have a community where all the nannies kind of know each other, and they'll say so-and-so is looking for a nanny, and they kind of got this. Well, YouTube, I'm finding that YouTube's kind of a community too, where they all kind of they don't know each other, but they know each other. You know what I mean?
Right.
They don't really know each other, but they kind of talk about each other, and it's just kind of comical.
Yeah, I mean, Bobby, you've been lucky. I've never seen any of these trolls go after your channel, but they sure go after a lot of the other ones.
They do, yeah. They do. Mark was a target. I mean, if you'd watch his live streams, just watching the comments.
Yeah, I've seen that. The poor guy, I think he's just under siege so often. I could see where it would be stressful for him. Perhaps a bit overwhelming.
Yeah, I would just I think Old Dog has a pretty good outlook on that. When he gets a troll, he laughs at it and kind of pins it to the top of the chat so everybody can see it.
Yeah, I mean, some of these trolls even go after the Filipina P, and I'm thinking, what the heck? I mean, she's nothing but helpful. I mean, she's really professional in what she does.
She is. Well, that's just people, though. People are like that.
How about you, Bobby? Have you had any trolls come on your channel? I've never seen any.
Now they have really high-end stuff, Jesse, in the Philippines. I've seen really fancy houses that have stuff that American homes don't even have. There's some
I've
high-end
never s-
homes in the Philippines. You just don't see them on YouTube and stuff.
I've never seen an ice maker, ice dispenser in a refrigerator over there, though. Have you?
I haven't. No.
No. Usually we just get a water dispenser with the bottle on top. You know, water dispenser, and we just like a water cooler. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
we
that's-
just had the old-fashioned ice tray. Stuck them in the freezer. Made
Oh,
ice
did you
cubes.
really?
Oh, I see there. If you all could have go back to where you were when you were
Here's a
younger, would you
question.
have?
If you all could go back to when you were younger,
This is what I would have done if I could turn back time. What I would have done is I would have stayed in the Air Force, made a career out of it, went to the Philippines and married a Filipina. That's what I would have done. Because when I was in the Air Force, we had a lot of the GIs were married to Filipinas, and they would have us over to their house. You know, a single guys, and it was always like, you know. And back in the 70s, the Philippines was a lot different than it is now. So yes, I would have went there sooner.
Yeah,
In my situation.
I have to agree with you, Gary. I would have been there much sooner had I realized, what the Philippines had to offer and the way that people, just their, their personality, just their outlook, a lot more cheerful and,
Amazing, isn't it?
easier to get along with.
It's kind of amazing, isn't it? When you think about it. I mean, the difference.
Yeah, it's a huge difference,
for sure.
It absolutely, if I had it to do over again, I would have been there, probably, in the early 2000s, about 20 years earlier.
Yeah. How about you, Bobby? Would you have went there sooner?
We got one right here. Here we go. The next one. There it is. Speak of the devil, we're talking about trolls. Jeff W. Isla, you straightened him out. Siki whores.
I think he's trying to talk about Sicky Whore, but just in a less pleasant way.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah. Unless, more politically incorrect version.
That's how to pronounce it.
Yeah, let's go back and rewatch your stuff on Mark Thornton's channel.
Yeah. So I enjoyed doing the interviews with Mark. It was great.
Yeah, you did a good job. That was good interviews.
Yeah, I even got some trolls on the
Chuck,
comments.
you look good
too.
when you're on the.
What
you look good on the news channel when you look good on the news channel when they were looking for that guy. Who was that guy they were looking for you when they were interviewing you on? Is that CNN or
well, I do a lot of
NBC that you were on.
No, I do a lot of interviews with Ashley Banfield on News Nation. I used to do a lot with The Real Story with Gretchen Carlson when she was on Fox News, but she doesn't have a show there anymore. Sometimes I do the local news. That's kind of like one of the aspects of my job as the president of the union. Is I do a lot of the public relations stuff and TV interviews, things like that.
What's the most famous person you've met?
Big time.
Who's the most famous person you've met?
The most famous person I've met.
I was doing today. Yes. I was running.
Oh, I've met quite a few different people that were involved in Hollywood and things like that. I'm trying to think who would I put at the top of the list. I met Nicole Kidman in New York City one time.
Is she tall? Is Nicole Kidman?
Yeah, she's a taller lady. I met Al Sharpton one time. He and I were actually at the at the studio, we were getting ready to do news interviews. It was a remote studio. It was actually in just outside of Buffalo, New York, and he was there at the same time as I was doing separate interviews, and he and I were in the waiting room together and had a chance to chat with him a little bit.
Al
I don't think I've
Sharpton
met-
lost a lot of weight, didn't he?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, he sure did.
Back in the day, he was
He's
a
getting
little
up there in
robust.
age.
Yeah, he's a very personable guy to chat with him in person. I might not agree with some of his politics and some of the things he does, but if you meet the guy in person, he's pleasant.
Yeah. I don't think I've met anybody. Bobby. I've met Bobby. Bobby's the most famous person in the room.
Mm-hmm. One day. You never know. Boo, why are you being so quiet today?
I'm just
Shy.
listening.
Where are you?
Well-
Where's Isla at? Where are you at?
You
Isla?
got any questions for Chuck or Gary or myself?
I'm still here. But,
Well, alrighty, everyone. I've got to take off from here, but hey, it was great being on the show, Bobby. It was nice to meet you, Isla and Gary. Everyone, you guys enjoy your weekend.
Thank you, Chuck. You made my birthday.
You're welcome.
You made my birthday. Thank you, man. I appreciate
happy
it.
birthday!
Oh yeah, happy birthday, Bobby.
All right.
Thank you. I made it. Heinz 57.
Is that what you are now? 57?
Yeah, Gary, I had him. Yeah, on May 27th, I'll be 57. First,
okay.
I was running late this morning, and then last night I hadn't started up this computer for about 3 years. So it wanted to update Windows from, I think, Windows 9 to 10, and it was telling me that this computer wasn't compatible with Windows 11. Took about 3.5, 4 hours for, I think it's Windows 10 to load, and then I had to fix, there was a bunch of security problems wrong with the computer. I had to fix that. So I got the computer ready about 20 minutes before
Before the live stream?
it was kind of shaky. Then we couldn't find a shirt for me. It was just one live stream in this building I'm in. Finally, I just said I'm going to do it right where I'm at right now.
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta do it. So
Sometimes you just got to do what you got to do and go with the flow.
go with the flow, yeah.
Boo, where are you at right now? You still at work, babe?
I'm here at the.
Where is she? You at work?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Oh my
In the-
goodness. She's
in
in
the
the
stairwell?
fire steps. At the
If it's the connection is so slow.
Are you on your mobile data or are you on a Wi-Fi in the building?
I'm using mobile data.
Mobile data. Yeah, so it looks like I'm going to be going back over there pretty soon. I don't know. Got to look at this house.
Okay.
It's a little
The
stressful.
picture is pretty clear. I can't figure out why it keeps free version of StreamYard and maybe the paid version is better.
No, but I think how is your internet?
Here, I'll send you the pictures in Messenger, Bobby.
You think it? Okay.
There, I just sent them to you.
You guys ever seen a 12 Filipino?
The tallest one I went the girl before Mitch was, I think she was 5'7", 5'8".
There's tall Filipino. Offering like that. So, babe, you think it's the internet in the building I'm at? Is that what's causing that?
You're cutting in and out.
Yeah, the internet here. I'm gonna do a speed check after we end the live stream to see what the up and what the down is to see what the speed is.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever seen a tall Filipina? Like, are there any 5'11" girls over there? There's tall There's some. I've seen tall people like that before. Babe, what's the tallest person you have ever seen in the Philippines? That
I'm
was
sorry.
Filipino.
I'm sorry, boo.
Who's the tallest person that you've ever seen in the Philippines that was Filipino? Have you ever been like really
My class.
surprised where you saw somebody in public and just looked up at them and said, "Wow, I can't believe you're so tall"?
No, I think no. But my classmate before, she's
I met
like
a
6'3". What is that in?
6 feet tall.
Yeah.
The girl I went
I don't know
went
what the
with before I,
conversion is in centimeters. 59. No, that can't be right. 59. I forget.
what's that?
My mind is not working. I was up all night last night for some reason. Jesse Osby said, "I think it's your connection, Bobby. They got cheap thing with the TV. They got the Dish network here. Bad Wi-Fi signal.
One
Could
day
be
to
it. I'm
60.
surprised. Amazing how Yeah, but your
Yeah,
signal's doing good.
well, they have area where
Let's see.
mobile data is like so slow. It's so slow, especially when it's raining.
6 foot equals 183 centimeters. Thank you, JD. And my conversions, my mind is just.
So when are you going back to the Philippines, Bobby?
Amazed how well Isla's video has been since she's using mobile data. Did not think it would work well. I got to go back.
What's that, Bobby?
What do you think of that, babe? September 8th. I got to come back. I got to use the ticket before September 8th.
Yeah, before September.
They changed the date on me. Babe, you're keeping track of it more than me. Did they change the date or did they change the time?
The time only.
Okay.
Is
So
the
the
time.
date stayed the same? The Irishman has been sitting here patiently.
Hey, Dave.
All right, you guys, I'm going to end the live stream. Does anybody have anything any words before we end it?
After this, I'm going to ride a jeepney going back.
Okay. Just call me when you get back to Ray Ray's house, babe.
Okay.
Or you
Where
can call
you
me
are.
when you go outside while you're waiting.
Okay.
We'll see
Final
you guys
words,
next time.
Gare. What do you think?
We'll probably
Sounds
see you
good.
next time.
Next time I'll be ready and have a better I think the Wi-Fi here was screwing everything up. There was like a delay and then the videos were buffering.
Mhm.
I got to get mobile data and use the mobile data as a hotspot because I know the mobile data would be fast. I'm going to do a speed test and I'm going to post the speed test in this video. We're going to add it in the description to find out if that's what was causing the buffering and the delay and the pictures going in and out like that.
Okay. Well, we'll see you next
All right,
time.
guys.
Yep. Bye.
Thank you for showing up, Garrett. Thank you, Chuck. Thank you, Marcus. John Chakowski, I love you like a brother. Yeah, I was stressing out so bad. I forgot to remind John about the live stream. I got super nervous, babe, in the beginning.
Mm.
Then I've never clicked on all the comments and stuff. It was a hot mess.
Maybe next time. What do you think? Yeah, let's end this
All
book.
right, Boo Boo Gabs. I'll talk to you after Timoy goes. He's been sitting here patiently.
Bye.
Bye, babes. I love you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Bobby D out.